Alright, back at you with some Prototype.
Someone here knows McMullen.
This is Mission 8, Open Conspiracy. Your first objective is to infiltrate this base and consume a dude, I think. So this time there's these detectors. They turn yellow and your disguise meter starts to go up slowly the closer you get to them and the longer you're in their range. Unfortunately, all the enemies are retards. So you can just like jump 100 feet in and they're like, who? And then, you know.
So typical stealth game mechanic where they're idiots.
Yeah, they're
just walking.
They're more idiots in this than anything though. Because you can like land a 50-foot jump in front of them and they won't. Yeah. So I followed this guy around for a while, edited out some of that. Stealth consumed him. And now you just gotta get out of there. Like, well, I'm gonna just take off and they're not gonna notice. Like these guys.
He like looks at you fall. He's like, oh, what's this guy doing over there? Oh, I don't know, Cletus. Look at that, him flying there, a soldier. How do you do that?
What do they say when they put the dog in cement?
Mr. Terwilliger. Oh, what did he say?
Mr. Terwilliger.
Zeke's gone to heaven, Mr. Terwilliger.
Oh God, I love Cletus the slack-jawed yokel. And any character similar.
And then his butt flap. Boing!
Alright, so right here, what you're doing is coming up on a convoy. It consists of 2 tanks and 2 mobile things that can detect you. So try to get on the edge of a building and shoot out the detectors. It'll put your alert at high, but they don't know where you are. So as long as you switch characters immediately, you go back to unnoticed. Because I don't know, it's weird. As long as you keep your distance, that's how it's gonna work.
Interesting article that I'm reading right here. If I can interject and go a little bit off topic.
Sure.
It's an article about stereotypes of MMO players and, you know, video game players in general. And they had some statistics talking about the average time played and like how it's kind of a stereotype that gamers spend a lot of time gaming instead of, you know, other things. The average amount of time spent watching television a week for Americans is 28 hours a week, which is actually a lot of television when you think about it.
Yeah.
But for the gamer, or the average MMO player, they spend 21 hours a week playing their game of choice, but only 7.7 hours a week watching television. So it ends up being the same amount of time.
So it seems like most Americans have the same amount of free time, no matter what they choose to entertain themselves
with. Right,
with.
that sounds about right. Yeah, exactly.
Just a note about the game. So if you are disguised and you hijack a tank, it immediately turns it from like bad to neutral. So if you don't want to raise the alarm, and so what you could do is get in the first tank and blow up the second tank, but then the alarm would be raised. You can just get in the first tank, get out, get in the second tank, and it disarms both of them.
Is there any penalty for killing pedestrians?
No. You would be screwed, because there are missions where you have to just go through the city in the tank, and they just run out in front of you.
Yeah, it looks like you were trying to, like, there's 50 of them crossing the street right there, like they're trying to beat a red light, but there's a tank coming down the street.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta get to work. Oh, look, a tank.
Yeah. There's these little operational reports that show up every, I don't know, 10 minutes or something, and will say how many infected you've killed, how many military you've killed, and how many pedestrians you've killed. And the pedestrian count gets pretty high on these tank missions.
I was just gonna ask, like, what kind of... Was it on this guide, or the Infamous guide that we've been voicing over simultaneously that I talked about statistics and how there's none in Infamous, which was
You talked about it on Infamous, and I said I think there was some in Prototype.
Okay, well, what kind of statistics are available? Or
I haven't really looked at them, but I think there is. If you press start, there is a statistics
like a whole page
menu.
Of them, like Grand Theft Auto style, where it gives you a bunch of crazy different statistics.
I think so, but I'm not sure on that.
Okay. Yeah, in Infamous there was none.
Yeah,
there's none.
Yeah.
Like, it's really weird. The only statistics that they give you aren't really in game, but when you go to the cross menu bar and you look at the different save files that you have, it gives you more statistics on the save file details, so you know which playthrough you're loading than actually in the game. It tells you like what percentage good and evil you are.
Oh, that's cool.
But it doesn't tell you that in game.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
So what this mission is you're going around killing groups of these tanks and detectors. Once I secure a tank, I'll usually try to kill the next group with the tank instead of trying to hijack them secretly. Because if you try to hijack it secretly, there's these detectors that you have to take out first, and it's in the interest of time. Just go with it. Yeah, and then once my tank's gone, I go and try to hijack another one. So all the locations are marked, and yeah. So I just got my claw ability out for some reason, even though I'm just hijacking a tank.
Are there a lot of quick time events in this game?
Yes, there are some. So when I was infiltrating that base, you know those detectors that they're like alarms, and if you get proximity alarms, they can detect your infectedness, I guess. You can go up to them, press Y, and then it's a quick time event to disarm them. And I suck so bad at them. I think it's one of the next two videos where you first do it. And it's very simple, and my brain can't handle, like, seeing a color, figuring out which button that is, hitting that button. You know what I mean?
Do you just hit the wrong button or not hit the right button fast enough?
Both. Because either I hit the wrong button, or I like panic and don't hit anything. I don't know, I'm really bad at QuickTime events.
You were really bad at the QuickTime events in Mercenaries too.
Yeah, I suck at QuickTime events. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It makes me panic. Kind of. Like, when I'm playing a game, I know what button is shoot. Like, it's just in my brain that shoot is this button. QuickTime event, in my brain it's like X. I don't think of it as X.
There's an extra layer of math involved.
Yeah, it slows down my processing time.
Right.
Like, if I come up behind an enemy, I know which button to press to melee him. I don't think, oh, that's B, the red one.
Right.
So, I fucking hate QuickTime events. Especially when the penalty for messing up is a pain in your ass. It's like, oh great, now the alarm's triggered. I have to run away, wait for the alarm to go away, and then come back and try again.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's a challenge, I guess. So I think I got one more patrol to destroy to finish off this mission. Usually after either each patrol or every 2 patrols you get a checkpoint. So these missions aren't excessively frustrating or by any means. And as soon as if you get blown up, I mean, it's so easy to hop into another tank. Even if you get killed trying to hop in. Like, I barely lost any health there, and yeah. I think that's it, Mr. Terwilliger.